Hi girls, hope you're all well. Wanted to answer a really great question that Danielle posted in the Make Some Real Dough Facebook group this morning. I'm going to read it out to you. It's really relevant and I hope that you get a lot out of my answer. Danielle says, "Hi Adele and Robyn, I've spoken to you before about how I'm running 2 websites or businesses, face-to-face naturopathic consultations and then my blog and separate persona. I'm just wondering how you do it with business planning and reflection. Do you combine the 2 businesses in terms of profit and expenses, or do you keep it separate? At the moment, my clinic work is my only source of income, so the blog is just costing me money, but I don't know how to do a business plan for them. Should I combine finances and goals, etc.? And I'm confusing myself." Great question, Danielle, and I know that it's confusing. It's something that, to be completely honest with you, it's something that I'd be more inclined to speak with an accountant about. Now, if you don't have an accountant at this stage in your business, I highly recommend that you source one. Now, there are a number of different ways that you can go about this, and there are so many different answers to your questions. I'm going to hit your questions one by one. So you've got a naturopathic business and you've also got your online blog. So my first question is, are you selling anything through your blog? If you're selling something through your blog and it's under a different name than your actual naturopathic business, then yes, I would definitely treat them as 2 separate entities because that's what they're registered as. So if you've already done that, that's how I would keep them separated. For myself, and I'd love to give you this example, for myself when it comes to the Veggie Head banner, everything that falls under the Veggie Head banner are my ebooks, my programs, half of Make Some Real Dough, what Robyn and I do, I'm still registered under as Veggie Head under the Make Some Real Dough banner. That's all Veggie Head. Even my published book, anything that comes through that channel is all under the one banner. But when it comes to something that I do differently, so for example my lipstick range, that's going to be under a separate entity, and the reason why I've separated the 2 is that they are 2 totally different businesses. There's going to be 2 different tax breaks, and think about it this way: if you've got an in-person naturopathic business, do you have an online website for that where people find you, or are they all coming from your blog? And I ask this question because if you've got an in-person naturopathic consultation business, so you've got a clinic, you're going to have different tax breaks than you will if you're just running an online blog. So it's really worth investigating what you can claim and what you can write off as a business owner under the different banners. For things like blogs, there's only so much that you can write off, but I'm talking things like domain registrations, camera equipment, if that's what you use every single day. It's really important to speak with an accountant about this stuff because they're going to be able to advise you and guide you as to the next step. So that's the first part. The second part is the planning and reflecting, and this is a really great question and something that Robyn and I are both in the process of doing for 2016 and beyond. Now, for myself, it's going to be something that I really do pick apart and I focus on each thing. And I'm not really a business plan person. I never have been. I'm very much a gut, intuitive, let's just fly by the seat of my pants and see what happens sort of person. Something that Robyn and I are exploring is just setting very, very short goals for a short period of time. And it's an interesting concept and something that is very, very new. The online landscape is changing constantly, so it's something that we really need to start being ahead of the trends with. When it comes to business planning, I would absolutely recommend that you sit down and just map out everything that you want to do. Just brain dump all of your ideas, everything that you want to get out on paper over the next, say, 12 months. You can have a long-term vision, so think about something in 5 years' time where you would like to be. But I wouldn't necessarily plan for 5 years in advance. When I first started out, I was recommended by everybody to go and create a business plan. And I didn't want to. I wasn't interested in it. To me, it was a lot of work and I didn't know where my business was actually going to lead me. Well, and at the time it was a blog, so I didn't even know where it was going to go after that. It's definitely worth sitting down, like I said, brain dumping everything and breaking them into smaller chunks. But in terms of a business plan, I'm not sold. I'm not sold. And I think I was not sold when I found out that Richard Branson doesn't use business plans. So I just went, well, if it's good enough for Sir Rich, it's good enough for me. So that's my thoughts on business plans. But in terms of combining the 2, they are separate again. So you're going to have to do 2 separate things. So brain dump again. Treat them as separate entities. It's really important to. And it's the same with Veggie Head, Robyn Law and Make Some Real Dough. We treat them all as their own thing. Make Some Real Dough we treat as its own thing, even though it's an overlap between our two businesses. And it's important that we do that because Make Some Real Dough has got very different goals than what Veggie Head and what Robyn J Law International does. So I hope that that answers those questions, and it's a veritable minefield out there. You could ask this question to anyone and they're going to give you a different answer. I highly recommend though that you do sit down with someone. I've got an accountant, Robyn has a bookkeeper. We use a bookkeeper for Make Some Real Dough, then I use an accountant for Veggie Head and my personal business. It's really important that we know what our rights are and also what the laws are. So definitely speak to someone that specialises in that. But I hope that that answers your brilliant question. Have a great day.